So for our first game testing video, we are doing Kyoshin. The first bug I notice is when you directly load into the hub, there's this giant black box. But I figured once you go along train, you can somehow enter into the game by like just walking. Okay, there we go. So now we're in the game. The second bug I saw was when you go into the pause menu, you can't actually click on anything besides the resume button, which is this. And then the last bug I noticed is when you're running along and you hit the down button to duck, your character just becomes a lot smaller. It doesn't actually like flip or anything. Other than that, those are the only bugs I've found so far in this game. But I like the overall vibe of it, it's really cool. Now we are playing Soundsmith. The first bug I noticed is kind of a big one. So if you go to the door, you can kind of skid around it. And now you're stuck outside with no way back in. I think you could just fall off and maybe it spawns you back inside. No, okay, now we're just stuck like this. So that's the first bug I noticed. The next bug I noticed takes place specifically in the sand level. So once you're in here, it's this cactus. One of the cactuses you have to interact with, it spawns you in the wall. Okay, it's this one. So when you click on it, first off, the character will constantly be running into it. So there is just no way to stop that like walking sound. So let's complete this one. Alright, now the character is inside the dune. Luckily you're able to walk out, but you're kind of in there. But some of the dunes don't have collision, I've noticed. And yeah, the walking sound was also the other thing that I noticed. You're constantly walking into these as you're collecting them. Like this, so it's kind of hard to hear the music in the background. Also, the hitboxes on these are not the best. You can kind of just click randomly and you'll still get it. And lastly, the pause menu. There is no pause menu for this. If you hit escape, nothing happens. If you hit tab, nothing happens. Like, you're kind of stuck in here unless you go all the way back to the main or the door. And then you could click pause menu, but nothing happens, and there's no exit or quit the game. You kind of have to hit Alt 4 for any exit. Okay, so for our last game, we are playing Flatline. The first thing I noticed when entering the game was the setting button does not work. All the others do, but yeah, the setting does not. When you load into the game, the second thing I noticed was there's just no walking animation on this guy. He kind of just circles around. The third thing I noticed was when you're walking into things, the camera has no collision, so you're able to see under the map or like through the walls and through items and stuff. One of the next thing I noticed was when you go out here, these cars have no collision, so you're able to just walk through them. So most of the other items have collision, like this lamppost or the dumpster, but the cars don't. Well, this car does, but the cars in the street don't. But I think the overall main thing I noticed was there's just no objective or direction to go. I walked pretty much most of this level, I think, and just nothing happened. There was no area to go to, no like signs, and nothing really changed when you clicked on things. But yeah. Oh, the last thing was there's just no pause menu. Like, I hit escape and nothing's happening, and tab, nothing's happening. I had to hit Alt F4 to get out of the game. But I like the overall level design. I think it looks really cool. I like the lights. But yeah, that's all for this game.